start off by telling me your full name and if you know why your parents picked this name for you.
Okay, my full name is Barbara Loy Fielding Olson. And my name was, the Barbara part was my dad's old girlfriend.
Oh.
So I don't know how come others let him use that. But anyway, and the Loy part is from my dad's older sister. She was a nurse and lived on the corner from us and helped deliver me.
So was her first name Loy?
Loy.
Oh, okay.
Aunt Loy Doss was her last name.
Okay.
And well, Fielding's the
Fielding's your maiden name?
Maiden name.
Okay. When and where were you born?
I was born in Orem, Utah, November the 15th in 1935, right off of the main highway there, a block from on Center Street in Orem, Utah, and a home that was my dad's folks' home, had been their home, and then Dad bought it from them, and okay. So that's where we were.
So you were born at your home in Orem?
Well, actually, I was born in Aunt Loy's house, which was up a block away,
okay.
And then but it was right there at the same place, or okay. Close.
Where you said your Aunt Loy lived next door. Was there any other family that lived close to you?
Not at that time.
Okay.
The folks, Mama's people lived in Linden, and well, I take that back because Daddy's brother, he had the sister on the corner and a brother a block south from that, and Uncle Fred built a house when they made a driveway on the east of our place, but at that time there was not any houses up that way, up east of where we were.
How long did you live there?
Till I was 12.
Okay, and is that when you moved to Leamington?
We moved to Leamington.
Okay. Do you remember what your house was like in Orem at all? Do you have any memories?
Yeah, it was old and little.
How many bedrooms do you remember?
Well, there were two bed. Well, there was one bedroom that took a double-sized bed, and then there was another little room that we bought bunk beds and put in there for Bonnie and I to sleep in when we got big enough to have to sleep in beds like that. And that was, and then Dad built a garage on the side of it. After a while, I was old enough to know that he was doing that.
Yeah.
And while we were there, he raised strawberries and raspberries, and so we got to pick those. That was before I was 12. I did a lot of things, didn't I? Anyway, and then he also worked as a mailman for the Orem post office.
Oh, I didn't
part
know
of
that.
The time.
So I'm assuming was there electricity in the house? Bathroom inside the house? Or?
Well, actually, we didn't have a bathroom inside the house at first.
Okay.
But before we left, we finally got a bathroom in, and it seems like we had electricity. I don't remember ever having to. We didn't ever have to use kettles or stuff like that. We always had electricity.
Okay.
But we did have to have a heater stove in the living room to keep that room warm, and the kitchen stove with the big fire thing, and the round things I don't like to see in Little House on the Prairie. Stuff like that.
So when you moved to Leamington, how many bedrooms did that house have?
Well, there was one downstairs, and then it had an upstairs, and so there were two bedrooms upstairs and a little tiny space in between, which Daddy made into a bathroom because there wasn't a bathroom in there. It was an outhouse again. But he made that into a bathroom. So,
Okay. How long did you live there?
um, let's see, we moved from there. I was 12. I lived there about 4 years, and I went to school there, and I went to Delta uh, as a freshman and a sophomore, and then when we got to be a junior, then we'd moved to Payson. So I finished high school in Payson.
Where did you live in Payson when you moved there?
We were up Payson Canyon at the power plant. That's just up a ways from the mouth of the canyon. And he down in Leamington, he was a farmer, and he was raising hay and grain and stuff like that. But had a really bad back and had to have 2 surgeries, and finally it got to the point where he couldn't do that heavy work. So he was very fortunate to find this job in Payson.
Yeah. Okay. Do you have any early childhood memories?
Well, I uh, I remember when I was in grade school in Orem that I really liked a boy named Jimmy Payne. But he was the handsome young guy that everybody loved, you know. And then there was another boy in the class, and his name was Bobby Carter. Carter, not Carter. Anyway, and he liked me, only I didn't realize that. Maybe it could have changed my mind. I don't, but anyway. And I remember it was, and I can't remember. No, there was another boy that liked me. But anyway, when we took our lunch in a little pail, a little square bucket, and one day on the way home from school, we walked. It was about, I don't know, 2-3 blocks from where we lived, and one of them was kind of bugging me, and I lifted my thing up and hit him in the head. And then I hurried and ran away. I kind of felt bad about that for a second. But
That's funny. What kind of games did you guys play when you were growing up? Did you play outside a lot?
We I'm trying to think what games we played. I don't know, but one of the fun things in Orem that we had a great giant lilac bush, and there was some of the about a thing about this big on the bottom that where the branches and the stuff had grown out. So, and inside it was hollow, and so that was our playhouse. We'd crawl inside of there and hide from mother, and that was our fun thing to do. I was trying to think what other. I was not a sporty type person that the thought of trying to play ball or hit a ball or anything was way beyond my ability.
Do you remember having a favorite toy when you were a kid?
I'm sure I did, but the only one I can really think of, and I didn't get that till I was 12, and that was a doll that Aunt Loy, she went around and taught nursing, and they had these dolls that they used for them to practice, like bathing the baby. And so Mama got us, Bonnie and I, each one for Christmas one year, and that was, in fact, I still got it in there in the other room.
Oh my goodness.
I dressed it up, though.
Good.
Made a hat for it and a dress.
Did you guys go to the movies or?
Oh, that was my most favorite thing in the whole world. They had a Saturday matinee at the Sierra Theater in Orem, and so Daddy had to take us every Saturday to go down and see the movies. And The movies have been my go-to thing, I guess.
Do you remember what it cost back then to see a movie?
10 cents, and you could buy popcorn for 10 cents, and actually in the Sierra Theater at that time you could go around the back after you went in and then go around, and they had a kind of a fountain, and you could buy a root beer. We didn't do that. We just would get popcorn. But anyway, we always took that in the matinee and any other really good show that we could get Daddy to take us to.
Do you remember what movies you would have seen there?
Oh, that's been way too long ago. I can't remember now.
That's okay. But did you have chores when you were a kid? What kind of chores did you have to do?
Well, we had chores on Saturday, just to help clean the house and do the dishes part of the time, and then on Saturdays that was the thing, we had to get our work done before we could go to see the movie. So we prayed and got that, and just cleaned up, swept the floor and mopped the floor, and we didn't have vacuums back in those days, so I don't remember what we did. I guess one of those things you just push, that way. I can't remember that far back, I guess.
Did you guys ever get an allowance or save any money or like earn money when you were a kid?
Yes, I know we did, but I can't remember whether it was in Orem but anyway, we got 25 cents a week. I think that was, and that's what we went to see the movie in that, because that was how much it cost to go see the movie and get a bag of popcorn.
Yeah. What was school like for you as a kid? Did you like school? What was your favorite and worst subjects?
Oh, yeah, I really liked school. And let's see if there was. I know that I remember that. I guess it was in the 5th grade, or anyway, they had a spelling contest, and I won the spelling contest. So then I got to go to the Sierra Theater, where all the kids from other schools around came, and we had the contest there. I can't for the life of me remember. I remember which word it was that I missed, but it was a hard one.
So elementary school, did you have kindergarten to 5th grade, or how did your school work that way?
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. Well, when we were growing up, Daddy did the farming, or the growing the fruit in the summer, and then in the winter we would go to California, and he worked with his brother in a coal and ice business. And so I went to kindergarten, to preschool and kindergarten in California, because they didn't have that here.
Mm-hmm.
So, and because or maybe they started kindergarten, but anyway, when I came back, I think they'd started kindergarten, but Mama told them that I'd already had that. So they said, well, we'll start her in the 1st grade, because that was another thing. I was only 5 at that time, because I didn't turn 6 till November. And so that was the reason but anyway, but apparently I managed, because they didn't take me out of school. So I was always the youngest one in the class and the youngest one to graduate and all that good stuff.
Did they have middle school or junior high?
They had a junior high. I can't remember where it was a middle school or not. But I know that from the 6th grade we went to a different place. But that's when we moved to Leamington, and so I took the 7th grade down in Leamington, and then when it went into the 8th grade, then I went to Delta for the rest of it. Okay. The last Well, actually, for I don't know how many years I went there because I graduated from Payson High School. I went to the 11th and 12th grade in Payson. Geez, I didn't remember.
I didn't know that.
I'm so shy. Can't figure out. Oh, I do know why I've managed because I had my sister Bonnie,
Hey, yeah.
and she was just always my go-to person. I couldn't do anything seriously without her by my side, telling me I can do it, helping me, giving me the courage to do what needed to be done.
How far apart are you and Bonnie?
18 months.
Is she older than you?
Nope, I
You're
was
the
the oldest.
Okay. And then,
Then Carolee,
okay. And then Garth.
then Garth, and
And then
Sue.
Sue.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, there you go. You guys were really close. Did you go to college?
Yes, I went to Weaver College back when it was a 2-year college because Aunt Loy was teaching nursing, and that's what I wanted to go into. So I went and lived with her for 2 years while I went to school up there. And that was hard because I was just a little bit afraid of Aunt Loy, but it worked out.
How come you're afraid of her?
She was just this wonderful, big, tall person that was very, just. And she had a son, Herbert, and he was living there, and we'd been friends when we were both in Orem, so it worked out really good.
So just 2 years you went to school and that got you your nursing degree. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was the first class that you could do that. That was the first nursing class that would get through in 2 years instead of 4 or 3 or 4.
I think it takes 4 now to get your bachelor's. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Do you remember any like fads or popular styles or hairstyles when you were a kid? Like what was your dress like when you were a kid?
Oh, actually, I just now remembered.
Go ahead.
It was flare skirts, circle skirts they called them, because it was a whole circle, and then you cut the middle out and put a band on it for a waist, and sweaters, and that's the only thing I can think of that was really different. That's about the time pedal pushers came in too. Otherwise, you had slacks, but you never wore pants to school. You always wore a dress. So.
Did you have to wear like nylons too with them, or just like
No,
little socks?
Had bobby socks.
Okay.
And my friend in Orem always wore them up like that, and Bonnie and I always wore ours like
folded
that.
down.
I don't know where her thing came from, but that's the way Mother told us.
Yeah.
So that's what we did.
Maybe she was trying to be a trendsetter.
Yeah, could be.
Did you have any childhood heroes when you were a kid, or anyone come to mind that was famous or that when you were a kid?
Well, all the movie stars, like that.
You did like to hit the movies.
Oh yeah, like Roy Rogers and Gene Autry, and they were probably my favorite when I was a child. But yeah, in fact, I even have a disc over there with Roy Rogers movie songs.
Wow. Hey, that's cool. What kind of music did you listen to, or that when you were younger?
Well, but because back when I was younger, we didn't have we didn't have radios, or we had a radio, I guess, but and I know in Leamington I would listen to music, but it was just the popular songs that they had at the time, which I can't remember.
Did they have when did record players, did they have those when you were a kid, or did those come out later?
Yeah, they came out a little later. So, and then I got some records and things, but not when we were in Leamington or Orem.
Did you guys have any pets when you were growing up?
Yeah, I don't remember one in Orem, but down in Leamington, we had a dog. Can't remember what its name was, but um, it. I mean, it was just a dog. I didn't wasn't attached to it. You know what I mean? But it was there.
What was your religion growing up?
I'm a Latter-day Saint, Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, and that's all I've ever known. That's all I want to know. I've read lots of things and heard lots of other religions uh, about them and that, but just I just know this is true. When I was in, well, we haven't got up to this part, but anyway, when I was when we were in Payson, that one summer, I guess the summer I graduated, my friend from down in Leamington and I went to West Yellowstone and worked at a motel, which was a brave thing for me to do. And we went to some other kind of church. I don't know what it was. We went to ours because they had a church services up there too. But we decided we'd go to a different one Sunday, and it was okay. You know, it wasn't quite the same, but it was good too.
Yeah. Do you remember who? Well, you talked about some of the boys that you liked when you were little. Do you have any friends that you remember from when you were growing up?
Well, those. Let's see, what was the girl's name? Margine? No, that was in Leamington. Margine and shoot, I can't remember their names. Lucilla was one. That was in Leamington. In Orem, there was Ludine Evans was my friend, probably really the only. And she lived up, because so we'd walk home together. And in Leamington, there was Margine Finlinson and what was her name across the street? Janice Hanson, and one other one that were really kind of close, but and did things together. But maybe I should throw this in here while I'm thinking about it. When we were in Leamington, I think I said it had the 2 bedrooms and then the bathroom in the between, it had a window, and Bonnie and I would get up in that window, and the boys would come up the street to visit, you know, and so we'd sit up in the window and talk to them from up there, but we're safe.
I love that. That's awesome. Were there any world events going on when you were a kid or that impacted your family?
Well, probably, I guess it was World War II, and Dad had to go and register, which was scary. But because he had a bad back, why, he wasn't drafted. So we were all very relieved. And then he goes down and does farming, you know, which is not good for a bad back either. But
how old would your dad have been at that time?
Probably just in his 40s, late 40s maybe.
Wow. So he had to register when he was in his 40s. That's crazy.
Well, maybe he was younger than that, but because I don't even know.
Family raising years probably.
Yeah.
These are little. Describe like what a typical family dinner was like. Did you have foods that you ate all the time or favorite things that your mom made?
Well, I've thought about that, and I just like food. So it's whatever she fixed was great, you know. And I can't really, for the life of me, think of anything specific. Um, Everything she made was good. She was a good cook.
Did you sit down? Like, did you have a lot of meals together as a family? Did you guys sit down and eat together, or?
Oh yeah, we always sat around a table and we did that with my family too. I mean, with my kids too. We had a bigger table than we have now.
What were the holidays like when you were a kid? Christmas, birthdays?
Well, I know we always celebrated that. The Christmas I remember is because we always went to Grandma Walker's, mom's mother's or folks, and had on Christmas Eve, and Santa Claus would come and give each one of us a little sack with peanuts in it, and I think probably a couple of pieces of candy or something. But it was always peanuts, and it was really fun because all Mama's brothers and sisters and all the cousins were there for that evening. And that, when you live in Leamington or even because these others had one uncle that lived up in Salt Lake. He was a fireman in Salt Lake. The rest of them lived kind of in Utah County, but it was, I mean, we just looked forward to getting to go to Grandma's Christmas party and see Santa Claus, tell him what we wanted.
What about birthdays?
Well, we did celebrate birthdays. You would have a birthday cake and all that, but I don't remember anything really specifically that was different, that made it different than just a normal birthday and birthday cake, things like that.
How's the world different today than it was when you were a kid?
Oh my gosh. How's it not?
How much time do we have, right?
Yeah, I was just thinking that. I mean, it's so big and out and just so much going on. And it just was a quieter, I mean, there were still things going on. I mean, there was having World War II, but it didn't affect us where we were, I guess, so much, especially when Dad didn't have to go. But it just, I don't know, it was just so peaceful and nice and quiet. And now it's just sort of hectic, even though all I do is sit here in my chair all day long. If you listen to the news, it's just, crazy out there.
Who's the oldest relative that you remember as a child?
I think it was my Grandpa Walker's sister. Her name was Aunt Jenny. I don't remember what her married name was, but anyway, and she was older than my grandpa. And we got to go see her once in a while. We didn't go there really often, but we did. She had nice white hair and really nice lady.
Do you know anything about your family's surname, the Fielding name, like where it came from or where your ancestors came from?
All I know is because they both came from England. Well, no, wait a minute. Yeah, but anyway, that I haven't really made any, special connections. It just, they were not normal names from where they came from, where the ancestors came from. So I don't know specifics about them.
Didn't you have pioneers come to Utah that you've researched?
Yeah, but of course I can't remember who they are. Let me think a second. Yeah, we had Holman. Shoo, I know one of them and Holman is Grandma Walker's family was on the when they went to California, an army, whatever oh my gosh, was with them, and one of them was from back east. They came with. Why can't I remember those things now?
You have a book, don't you, too, that you have put together, which is good to have. A lot of people don't have that.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's crazy because I mean, it's right there on the very edge of my brain, and
you can't remember because I'm videoing you. That's why.
That's it.
It's my fault. Did you have any famous relatives?
I don't think so. Not that I remember. Too bad, huh?
Yeah, it could be a good thing. Did your mom pass down any recipes to you that you used for your family?
Yeah, milk gravy.
Hey, my dad talks about that. How do you make it?
Well, it's best if you have some bacon grease and you throw a little flour in it and stir it up, and then you pour milk in it and stir it up. Salt and pepper.
Are there any physical characteristics that run in your family? Like your dad was tall and skinny, and I know that you have a lot of tall, skinny sons. Is there any other characteristics that were passed down?
Well, probably our chins or something, because I looked at that picture I've got of all what was it, Carolee's funeral, the picture we took of all of the kids there, and how alike so many of them look.
Okay, we're gonna jump into your adult life. You want to tell me the full name of your spouse?
Norman Glenn Olson.
And he has how many siblings?
Yeah, there were 10 in his family. So.
Okay. And who were his parents?
Rhoda Merle Robertson Olson and Joseph Michael Olson. Thank you.
When and how did you meet Grandpa?
Well, it was a blind date.
Who set you guys up?
Well, one of my friends from the ward inpatient, and she was going with somebody from over here, and anyway, I guess she just wanted somebody to go with her. Because, like I mentioned before, boys scared the life out of me. But anyway, so I went, and we went to a movie, and then we went next week, and next week, and next week. And about 3 months later, I was working at the hospital, the Provo hospital, and he said he'd take me over, then he'd come over and get me. Well, okay, it was New Year's Eve, so I guess it was a celebration, you know. So he came and got me, and we came up, turned off on the thing up in the road up here that cut off from the highway that goes up to here, and asked me to marry him. And and I just, and I says, well, let's pray about it. And so he did. And I said, yes, I knew it was supposed to be. And then we had to run over to Payson and tell Mom and Daddy. Oh, and the engagement ring was from, we had his good friend lived a couple of houses over there, and he'd given it to a girl but she said no. And so Norman bought the rings from him because the one he married wouldn't take a used ring, you know. Anyway.
That's a funny story. That's good. Where and when did you guys get married?
Well, we got married in the Salt Lake Temple on August the 16th in 1956. And we came home, and he wanted to know if I wanted to go to his house, and I said, no, can we just go home and sleep in my bed at home? So we did.
That was in Payson?
When your parents still lived there? Payson Canyon.
Where was his house at?
This is his house right here.
Okay. Is that where you guys lived when you first got married?
Yeah. We lived over there and he started building this house. Actually, started building the house before we got married. So we were over there for I can't remember how long, a few months till we got the basement done. And then we moved in the basement and then kept working on the upstairs. So.
Was he farming then, or what was he doing for work?
He had a service station down on Main Street. No, Center Street. No, Main Street. Center Street's the one that goes this way. Anyway, across the street from that drive-in by the park, kitty-cornered from the park. It's just a parking lot now, but then there's the new library across the street. It's on that corner. And he did that, but he had just started to raise sheep. He hadn't really gotten into it, and then he bought the 2 pieces of land that he had. Well, actually, he had kind of 3, didn't he? Anyway, so.
Did you work when you were first married?
Yeah, I kept working over at the Utah Valley Hospital in the pediatric department. I started out on the medical floor, but then I graduated or got to go work, be the head nurse in the pediatrics. Me being a head nurse was way beyond my comprehension of what I would ever be doing. But anyway, I worked up till a month before Joseph was born, which was, I don't know, 13, 14 months. And then I just stayed home and played mother.
That's a big job.
A time or two he'd say to me, now, do you want to go back to work? And I said, no. I mean, because I would have had to have relearned a whole lot of things, which would have been fine, but I was just perfectly content and happy to be home and be a mother.
Yeah.
I don't know whether he wanted me to go earn some money or not, but tried not to spend too much.
Do you have any cool stories from when you were working as a nurse?
Oh. Well, I can't remember it exactly, except there's one patient tried to come on to me, and I...
We need to hear more about that.
That's all I can remember. That I kind of got away fast. I said, one of the other nurses, you go take care of him.
That's funny. So, we're going to jump back to your wedding for a second. Do you have any memories that stand out to you from your wedding day? I didn't even ask where you had your wedding. Where did you have it? You had it at the Salt Lake Temple, but did you have a reception?
And the next night, because we went in the evening to that up there, And so the next evening went over to the Payson Canyon, and we had a reception out in our front yard. And Mama made a really nice thing, and I'd made a whole bunch of cakes, and she did the whole thing. Bless her heart. And it was really lovely.
How would you describe your spouse? And what did you admire most about him?
Well, I would describe him as a hard-working man who loved to have fun. I mean, he just was. And to learn new things and try new things and things like that. That he would just always and loved to just get up and go to work. Just and well, I guess that and he was always so good and so kind and sweet with me. I may have been ornery sometimes, but he never did. He just let me be ornery. didn't make a fuss about it.
I'm grateful for his hard work
Yeah.
ethics. It's taught a lot to me.
Well, that's it. He taught his boys how to work.
Mm-hmm.
I think I must have done a pretty good job with my girls too, but not to the extent that because every one of them is a hardworking. And what just is so gratifying to me is that all 12 of my children, our children, are active in the church and have strong testimonies. I mean, that just is, I'm having,
You're fine.
just is overwhelming to me to think that I've been that blessed.